Hello, everyone. Welcome to our episode. As you know, we are Boys in Blue, the Desi channel for our beloved club, Manchester City. All we here talk about is football. We'll talk here about Manchester City. और अभी रिसेंट के कुछ फिक्चर्स में पता नहीं कैसा हालात है हमारे सिटी फैंस में बट लेट्स टॉक टू भाई लेट्स वेलकम आवर यूजुअल मेन कैरेक्टर ऑफ बॉयज इन ब्लू वन ऑफ द बॉय इन ब्लू समीर भाई कैसे हो क्या हालत में हो क्या चल रहा है
भाई मतलब आफ्टर दैट लास्ट वीक थोड़ा धरती पे आ गए वी आर
जरूरी था
फ्लाइंग वी आर फ्लाइंग हाई एंड देन समवन लिटरली शॉट
या
अस इन द डार्क एंड देन
यप यप वो तो
मुंह के
थोड़ा
बल गिरे हैं थोड़ा
हाँ वो थोड़ा हम्बलिंग जरूरी भी रहता है बट ठीक है मतलब वी नो हाउ टू मूव ऑन फ्रॉम इट एंड हाउ टू
फुटबॉल
गेट
इज
अवे
अ
फ्रॉम इट
हमला
football is a humbler. Like shout out to Gris Khan. Yep, we all know that. But the good
we
thing
don't
about
I disagree with that. After that allegation there's no shout out for that guy. Sorry.
okay, we won't go into
I
that.
completely dissociate myself with this shout out.
Okay we ignore that. But the good thing about football is like even if it's humbler, it gives you opportunity to come back.
Yeah.
आपके बुरे दिन आते तो अच्छे दिन भी आते हैं और when you support a club like who plays
I
60
mean
games.
we are not known to have a like a flying start anyway. So this
Yeah.
is basically
So
a first
actually,
for us.
yeah. To be honest,
So
yeah. तो ये तो ये ऐसा
now this feels like a regular season.
yeah. Finally
Because
वो एक
अभी
वो
तो
like feeling
थोड़ा
आ गया
पच
है.
नहीं रहा था कि ये क्या है मतलब because I
Yep.
think so in the previous episodes I also told that this is basically the third time in our entire history that we have won six in a row. So
Hmm.
you
Yep.
know, like this dream run has to kind of come to a halt somewhere. Not
Yeah.
to end,
तो
like come to a halt somewhere. कहीं ना कहीं
yep
तो
yep.
इसको ब्रेक लगना था.
Yes, वो तो है. But वही coming to that point कि हमें like मौके मिलते हैं और now we have a nice chance to redeem our form. Though it's a kind of a tougher challenge in like the situation you wouldn't like, but still
हाँ
it's a Champions League. I mean, it's a different competition. तो अच्छी बात है कि वो प्रीमियर लीग वाला प्रेशर नहीं होता 3 points लाने हैं. It's not like Carabao competition like हार गए तो बाहर. It's like even if you draw, even if it's not a bad result, but it's a good chance for us to come back. So
absolutely.
coming after this two games, two I won't say tough games, but two defeats which not good for us to take. How are you feeling before this game? Leipzig away. कैसा feel like? What do you think? What are your thoughts about it?
I think so. Even of the pod, I was talking to him that Newcastle loss जो था, it didn't affect me much because मैंने पहले कहा था तो अभी निकल जाओ
Yep.
बहुत ग्रेसफुली निकल जाओ नहीं तो बाद में फिर वही क्वार्टर फाइनल में पहुंच गए तो गलती से साथ खाने पड़ जाएंगे अपने अंडर 18
Yep.
के लिए
Yes. That
चाहे
would have
कोई
been
भी हो
horrible.
तो
अभी तो when you look at
that would have been
in
horrible for
hindsight.
them because I mean because those guys are developing में मतलब वो कहते हैं ना कि उनके डेवलपमेंट में किसी ने पैर से कुचल दिया हो तो फिर वो
Yeah, and
साइकोलॉजिकली थोड़ा फर्क पड़ता है.
worst part being it was against United. The now when you look at the draws, that game
हम्म
Newcastle is against playing Manchester United.
एग्जैक्टली दे
That would
हैव
have
टू
been
फेस अ
even
डर्बी
bad. So I mean, okay, in
और
hindsight it looks good.
and to top it all हमारा ऑल अगर हम जब भी मैच अगर खेलते ना हमको उससे पहले भी ओल्ड ट्रैफर्ड में ही खेलना था तो दिस हैव बीन
Yeah,
हम लोग को 3 दिन में 2 बार ओल्ड ट्रैफर्ड में खेलना होता
yeah, right.
प्रोबेबली. ठीक
Correct,
है
correct.
सो बट हाँ वुल्स वाला गेम अगेन भाई वुल्स वाला गेम पहला शाउट आउट टू वुल्स बिकॉज उन्होंने
Yep.
उनका गेम प्लान जो था दैट वर्क फॉर देम.
Yeah, Gary
ठीक है
O'Neill,
ना.
brilliant job. Yep.
हाँ लाइक बेसिकली लाइक वो एकदम ही अल्ट्रा अल्ट्रा लो ब्लॉक
पूरा
प्रो
थ्री
मैक्स
फाइव
जो
टू का
करना था
block.
उन्होंने
Yes.
बेसिकली देर लाइक यार एक गलती करें हम काउंटर पे खेल लें और वही हुआ.
Yeah, वही हुआ.
बट
True.
बट वही में ऐसे गेम्स जो है ना लाइक इफ दीज गेम्स कम अप रियली अर्ली यू गेट टू लर्न फ्रॉम इट. ठीक है
True.
when you face like a defense like this and take it so you learn from the where you went wrong because ऐसे games you don't face it regularly and even I don't think so these kind of games you kind of expect in like a mid table to low table teams, right? तो ये ऐसे मतलब कहते हैं ना डिफिकल्टी लेवल थोड़ा नॉच अप कर दिया तो थोड़ा हमको ये बहुत पहले खेल लिया. I mean,
Yep.
you could also someone can say that वो जो रेफरी वाला था that Korean kid who was supposed to be sent off, and then Wolves shamelessly kind of pointing it out, saying that Korean and the Korean kid and scoring
Yeah,
runs. That
that outrageous.
that was shameless behavior from him. Shameless. But okay, we move. होता है. Now coming back to this game, from a very अगर एक बहुत normal न्यूट्रल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से कोई देखेगा तो ये बोलेगा अरे यार पिछली बार 7-0 हराया था ना, इस बार 5-0 हरा दोगे, 4-1 हरा दोगे. बट इतना इजी नहीं है बिकॉज़ जिस हिसाब से लाइप्जिग का अभी सीजन चल रहा है, लाइप्जिग इज ऑन अ glorious run. Because let
Yeah,
I know
it's
talking to you कि Leipzig is currently on a 7-game unbeaten run.
yep.
ठीक है. They started their season with a loss against Leverkusen, that 3-2.
Lucas, yeah, who is on the top
उसके
by the
बाद
way. Lucas जो
हाँ, वो
टॉप
तो
पे
द
है
टॉप
अभी.
पे है, वो तो टॉप पे
मतलब वो
है
हारे
एंड
ऐसे नॉर्मल टीम से नहीं हारे, वो दे लॉस्ट टू अ टीम हु इज
हाँ,
इन
मतलब
फॉर्म.
टेबल टॉपर से हारे हैं. और
एंड
वो भी कोई ऐसा नहीं है कि
बिफोर दैट
वो
दे डिफीटेड
3-2 का स्कोर
बायर्न
लाइन से
3-0.
हारे हैं.
3-2 से हारे थे वो बायर लोकेशन एंड दे
3-2 से
डिफीटेड
हारे हैं.
बायर्न 3-0 इन दैट डीएफबी दैट सुपर कप व्हाटएवर दैट गेम इज.
यस
तो
यस यस
उन्होंने
हाँ.
बायर्न को 3-0 हराया. आई मीन दैट आल्सो
बायर्न को
शोस
3-0 आ रहा है. मतलब
यप.
that whole thing कि हैरी केन श्रापित है, that still
यप.
remains intact.
Yeah,
ठीक है.
true. So yeah,
That
मतलब point being the this game मतलब it's not like the 7-0 team जिसको हमने face किया था. This is a
हाँ,
different Leipzig
अभी
team.
इट इज डिफरेंट बिकॉज देखो स्कोर लाइन हो सकता है वो रिजेंबल कर जाए, मतलब आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट कि नहीं हो सकता, बट ये
City
टीम अलग है.
yep, true.
अपने दिन हाँ वही है, अपने अगर अपने दिन पे क्या पता, बिकॉज अर्लिंग हालैंड का भी ड्रॉट चल रहा है, क्या पता यही वो दिन हो जिस दिन वो व्रत तोड़े.
Never know.
और यू नेवर नो राइट. एंड द फैक्ट दैट लाइप्जिग अभी फिफ्थ है बुंदेसलीगा में. ओके.
Yeah,
एंड अभी दे हैव बीन ऑन अ सिक्स विन रन, जो अभी बायर्न ने तोड़ा है बाय पुटिंग देम ऑन अ ड्रॉ. 2-2 का ड्रॉ था. ठीक है.
yeah,
सो
true.
एंड दिस लाइप्जिग इज डिफरेंट बिकॉज अगर आप उनका ट्रांसफर मार्केट उनका बिजनेस भी देखो, दे हैव लॉस्ट उनका अपना थोड़ा बैकबोन और थोड़ा स्पाइन ही खोया है. एंड जॉस्को गॉर्डियोल जिसने
अपना
अपना
बंदा.
घर बदल लिया, वो अब वो ब्लू जर्सी पहनता है हमारी.
Yep.
ठीक है. तो
Right.
कायदे से ये द जॉस्को गॉर्डियोल डर्बी होना चाहिए.
True. Yes.
So yeah, I mean, I think so. I should have started with the fact that this is the return of Josko Guardiola to his old home.
Yep.
But apart from that, they've lost Dominic Sloboza to Liverpool. Then उन्होंने अपने तीन बेस्ट प्लेयर्स तो प्रीमियर लीग को खो दिए. So
Yep.
I can understand when Jimmy Carragher is rattled कि अरे ये सऊदी के लोग जा रहे हैं, हम भी तो खरीद रहे हैं. अरे इंग्लैंड
Yes. And
इंग्लिश क्लब भी तो खरीद रहे हैं.
Nkuku being the third one, right?
एनकुंकू गया
Yep.
है.
Yes.
Then they lost Conrad Leimer to their country rival in
Yep.
Bayern Munich.
Of
वो भी
course.
फ्री ट्रांसफर पे गया.
Feeder club.
And then
Oh, that's bad.
and and then they lost Andre Silva,
Yeah.
the
And
strikers Andre
Silva.
Silva and Alexander Sørloth. So they have lost a very substantial portion of their experience. या फिर उनका पूरा
Yep.
कहते हैं ना फायर पावर खोया है. But then look at the transfers what they did. They got Lois Openda, they got Benjamin Sesko,
Wow.
and
Yep.
then जो अभी फिलहाल जो नाम सबकी जबान पर चल रहा है, that is Xavi Simons on a loan.
Yeah.
Like
that
Xavi Simons, and
PSG
then
kid.
they got, I mean Xavi Simons basically वही है कि अगर अभी भी if you list down on various other previews जहाँ पे the player to watch out for, that's Xavi Simons.
Yeah.
And
Really high rated.
then they've also got your Castello Luqueba, who's having a fantastic season in Leipzig. Then you have El Bichiabu from PSG.
Yep.
Then Christopher Baumgartner, उसको भी लिया है. निकोलस सीविल्ड. तो उन्होंने मतलब 7-8 प्लेयर खरीदे, तो उन्होंने रिप्लेस करने के लिए भी लाइक स्क्वाड साइज उतना ही रखा है कि दे हैव गॉट टैलेंट, उन्होंने अपग्रेड किया.
Yep.
ठीक है. तो आई
You can
थिंक सो
see.
दिस इज
You can
दैट्स
see in the
a
form.
very different team. This is a
Yep.
different team.
Yeah.
This is not the same team that we faced last season in round of 16. ये अलग है. ठीक है.
Yeah.
And also Marco Rose का भी ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड अभी अच्छा चल रहा है
Yeah.
with Leipzig. So this would be a very interesting match. And also to put it out a stat, because आजकल मैं stat बहुत बताने लग गया हूँ पता नहीं क्यों, but to put it on the stat that and this might not be appealing to us, but जो है वो है कि in the last we played 2 games at Red Bull Arena और हमने दोनों ही नहीं जीता है.
Yeah, yeah. One
ठीक है,
loss, one draw. Yep.
one loss one draw,
Yeah.
and so this could be that कि वो ब्रेक किया, ये तीसरा नहीं होना चाहिए
True.
जहाँ पे हम विनलेस थर्ड गेम नहीं होना चाहिए. That's what we hope for.
Yeah.
Okay, and जिस हफ्ते से हम अभी बाहर आ रहे हैं, this week is a big week before the international break. जहाँ पे
Yeah.
we have to face Leipzig and then we have to face Arsenal at the Emirates. So this is a
Yeah.
bigger this is a
Big week. Yeah.
potentially अगर हम
This,
देखें तो this is the biggest week till now from the
till now,
beginning of
yeah,
the season.
definitely. See, it's not like the the most important week of our season because March April में आएगी definitely ऐसे. But
हाँ, of course.
early on in the season ऐसे weeks आते हैं when team का you face like defeats like दो defeats face कर लिए and then you face with tougher fixtures. But we are treble
Yeah.
winners. We are the team who built and we are expected to
The
beat these teams.
mentality is
So
there. The mentality
yeah.
is intact.
So that's where this will be tested, and yeah, I think Leipzig and Arsenal. This is a good week for us for this team to bounce back.
हाँ,
इधर
मतलब if you look at the fixtures, देखिए Wolves was a one-off. देखिए, I'm not saying that Wolves was a one-off, but if you look at the fixtures apart from Newcastle, we
yeah,
haven't faced a team of a very big stature.
true.
And if there's any Arsenal fan watching, मैं community shield cover नहीं कर रहा हूँ, तो चढ़ना मत.
If any
कि
any Arsenal fans watching, please
it is a
subscribe.
glorious friendly. जब तक
Please
सिटी
subscribe
नहीं
first.
जीतता तब तक,
फिर सुनो.
ठीक है. It is a glorious friendly जब तक हम लोग नहीं जीतते.
Yep,
So for
facts.
this
Fact.
season, our season began with Burnley वाला game.
Yep.
Okay, चलो
Yeah.
moving back. So with
So
so
all
apart
were
from
winnable
Newcastle,
games. Yeah.
हाँ, Newcastle का game, I think so apart from Newcastle, we haven't faced a team of big stature, which other teams like आपका Liverpool, आपका Arsenal,
Yeah.
आपका Tottenham, they have been facing
Yeah.
आपका United, and so this week actually begins अपना to have those bigger teams, to have those tougher
Yeah.
teams.
True.
तो जो हम अभी तक करते आ रहे हैं, this is putting everything to the test
Yep.
because now we are looking because with the new additions that we have, with the way the team is evolving, now we're putting everything to test that how will you perform against them.
Yeah.
So this is where I think so. This makes this week quite interesting because till now everyone is like कि ठीक है अभी तक बर्नली को रहा है, शफील्ड को रहा है, ठीक है ना. आपने we came back from one एक गोल का deficit से, then we came back against West Ham, we did the same against
Yeah.
Belgrade. Now how will you test, how will you perform against these teams?
Yeah.
So this
True.
is where this week is very important, I think so. So and plus Leipzig का जितना talent pool है ना, जो उनके squad में है, उनको face करना is also like that will also test your mentality because then your next game is against Arsenal, ठीक है. तो आपका
Yeah.
देखा जाए तो जो डिफिकल्टी लेवल है वो ऑलरेडी एक तो पहले से ही हाई है, ऊपर से और हाई होगा.
True. True.
तो
वो तो लेवल अप होने ही
बिफोर
वाला था.
गोइंग
Yeah.
इंटरनेशनल ब्रेक से पहले अगर दोनों गेम जीत लो तो एक जैसे था ना आपका वो पिछले हफ्ते को हम
Yeah.
वन ऑफ इसीलिए बोल रहे हैं कि हम एक्सपेक्ट करें दोनों जीत जाए.
Yeah.
अगर ये दोनों गेम्स में कुछ ऊपर नीचे हो गए तो फिर पिछले हफ्ते का जो वन ऑफ का जो
हाँ
नैरेटिव है,
यार
then we
कुछ
start have to
आएगा.
question that
Yeah.
कि how what's going on.
Yep.
So
So
yeah, I think so. It's being both of them being away games is also kind of makes things more interesting because I mean our home record is impeccable, but
yep.
we have to kind of manage. Our away record is also on a similar level, but then
Yes.
these two games could threaten that.
Yeah. True. True. True.
So
वो तो है.
and then you have yeah, and the most interesting thing is that Benjamin Sesko and Lois Openda जो मतलब उनके लिए स्टार बॉयज हैं कौन जावी सिमंस हैं, उनके अगेंस्ट खिलाना वो अपने आप में एक प्रॉपर कहते हैं ना पॉपकॉर्न थ्रिलर वाला गेम होगा. तो मेरे ख्याल से
Yeah.
मोर देन supporting our team, but it's like कि game बहुत ज़्यादा
Yeah,
मजेदार होना चाहिए
as a
और
neutral,
I
it
hope होगा भी.
yeah, neutrals will enjoy this game. Like this will be a good fixture that we're gonna watch. And
हाँ, अगर like
also,
if there is no any bigger games on
yeah,
Wednesday, so I think so this is one of those
yeah.
highlight games of the day.
Yeah, yeah. And also this is a good test for our current players because obviously इसके में तो Rodri will be and will go to our lineup बाद में.
Yeah.
But there are players like because Wolves के time पे I saw there was once we had Nunes, we had Phillips, we had Kovacic, Alvarez, Doku on the field. And वो बात बन नहीं रही थी.
Mm.
Then I realized कि ये लोग ये तो नए बंदे हैं. ये just अभी आए हैं. This will take time for them to build. This will take time for them to grow into the
Yes,
team.
yes.
And ठीक है अभी now next game which will be facing Arsenal उसमें there is no KDB, there is no Gundogan and there is no Rodri जो हमारा last time का midfield था,
Mm.
right? This is a new bunch who is coming into the game now and this is I think the right time for them to have a test, right opponent, अच्छा time पे है, in the right competition as well, like जहाँ पे losses are not a big loss. Obviously, loss is a loss for a fan. It's not a good thing.
Mhm.
But in the competition perspective, this loss is not a big loss. So this is where you can test them. This is where it's a good challenge for them, and they should, I think, thrive. They should learn. And obviously, coming to abhi lineup, apna injury updates, we already know Stones and Bernardo
You know,
are back.
also the fact that कि both the teams I think so are figuring out the combination. जैसे अपने में भी they're
Yeah, उनकी भी new team,
figuring
अपनी
out
भी
the
new team.
combination because you
Yes,
rightly mentioned कि without Kevin De Bruyne, without Rodri and without Gundogan for the
yes,
weekend game, and without Kevin De Bruyne, Gundogan and Mahrez, because हमारा spine
yes.
अगर देखो in the Bulls game we are that spine that carried in our treble winning season
True.
उनमें से था ही नहीं कोई, right?
था ही नहीं, कोई नहीं
You
था.
have missed your De Bruyne, ठीक है गुंडोगन मारे चलो चलेगा. De Bruyne
Yes,
नहीं था आपका, सिल्वा नहीं था आपका,
yep,
स्टोन्स नहीं था,
yes.
रॉड्री नहीं था. तो if these 6 to 7 players, even though both two of them have already departed from the squad, but four
There's
of
a
your
there's a
key
change. Yep.
players are not,
Yeah.
and then you're replacing them with Kovacic, Nunes, Alvarez,
Yeah.
Doku, okay, Foden. So
Yep.
this is this is a new setup. ये लोग
Yeah.
मतलब you don't expect आपका एकदम लो जो लो ब्लॉक के स्टार्स है वो तो आपके थे ही नहीं और ये लोग जो है वो these are the new kids on the block.
Yes.
ठीक है चलो Mateo Kovacic has an experience but again not to play in this setup. Right?
Yep.
तो ये I mean you could see the stark difference as well. So यही है
Yeah.
कि कॉम्बिनेशन ढूंढने वाली बात है. I think so that's what Leipzig game also might help to find out a combination to
True.
go ahead कि अच्छा मतलब we can kind of set a team around with this. Same goes for Leipzig. जैसे Leipzig की भी नई टीम है पूरी. Leipzig के भी सात
Yes.
आठ player. So
Yes.
even though they are on a run, but they also you could kind of they are also facing some similar problem कि भाई मतलब you can उन आइडेंटिटी जो है वो बन रही है उनकी इस नई स्क्वाड से. ठीक है
True.
उनकी आइडेंटिटी बन रही है तो अगर आपको तोड़ना हो तो यही सही टाइम है उनको तोड़ने का. बट
Yes.
दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग उनके पास वो टैलेंट से उनका टैलेंट पूल बहुत सही है लाइक योर सिमंस एंड ओपेंडा बिकॉज आई थिंक जो ओपेंडा एंड सेस्को आर द टॉप स्कोरर्स
Yep.
फॉर देम. तो वो मेन इट्स टैलेंट वो कहते हैं ना टैलेंट वर्सेस टैलेंट का गेम है कि भाई वो इंडिविजुअली आपको काफी कुछ परेशान कर सकते हैं बट आप भी परेशान कर सकते हो इंडिविजुअली.
Yes.
तो और हमारे पास थोड़ा एक्सपीरियंस उनसे ज्यादा है तो अगर आपके पास एज वही है कि आपके पास उनसे ज्यादा एक्सपीरियंस है बिकॉज
Yep.
उनके एक्सपीरियंस उनके जो कहते हैं ना जो हमने कहा था स्पाइन की बात की थी उनकी बॉडी बिक चुकी है
Yeah.
इस चीज में. तो जो नया आया है वो भी लाइक उन्होंने अपने लीग में भी दे हैव वन गुड सीजन. So this is also putting them on a bigger test. So
Yes.
मतलब कुछ भी हो मजा तो आएगा that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And this would kind of set the stone for Arsenal is what I expect
Yeah.
because तुम इंजरी डेट्स की बात कर रहे थे तो बर्नार्डो सिल्वा और जॉन स्टोन्स are back in training. So that leaves Kevin De Bruyne being the only player who's on sidelines for an injury.
Yep.
और अभी शायद ये भी है कि by end of December, early January, the club is expecting him to return. Which is brilliant news because right from end of January से early January तक जब उसका timeline shift हो गया, I think so we really need him and
Yeah.
him coming back in 3 months. is a big positive. Is a big
Yes,
W for us. Positive to
yes,
him. Uh, John Stones, Bernardo Silva ka आना at this stage is extremely important because of the Arsenal team. Okay,
yes, yes,
as I think so. शायद तुम और मैं डिस्कस भी कर रहे थे that Kovacic is not your answer for number 6.
yep,
अगर तुम देख सकते हो कि यार रॉड्री और बाकी में क्या डिफरेंस है in that position. Okay,
yeah,
so अगर makeshift solution में Kovacic is not the answer. Because even at the Wolves game, Matheus Cunha पूरा मार्क करके रखा था पता है ना उसको
yep,
मतलब हिलने ही नहीं दे रहा था
yeah.
और जो भी उसके पासेस
No
थे
freedom there.
जो भी डायरेक्ट पासेस थे या थ्रू बॉल्स थे सब मैक्स केलमैन या आपका या एक तो पेड्रो पेड्रो
Dawson.
पे तो नाम ही याद नहीं थे क्योंकि सारे पोर्चुगीज नाम है सब में कंफ्यूज हो गया तो कोई आई थिंक सो पेड्रो या गोमेज कोई भी ये एक आधा टीम तो इसी नाम से बना होगा इनका पेड्रो गोमेज ये कुछ ना कुछ कहीं ना कहीं होगा तो वो मुझे ब्लॉक कर रहा था तो uh, I, that's why I think so if in this situation अगर आप स्टोन्स को थोड़ा प्रिकॉशन रखते हो कि यू डू नॉट वांट बिकॉज उसका इंजरी रिकॉर्ड बहुत ग्लेयरिंग रहा है वो प्लेयर जितना अच्छा है उसका इंजरी रिकॉर्ड उससे भी ज्यादा अच्छा है ठीक है so you do not you
Consistency.
really want to preserve him for the Arsenal game because that's
Yep.
game is extreme that is a potential three pointer jहाँ पे you can have a lead over one of the contenders for a title so I think so in that case you really would want Bernardo Silva to start and plus Bernardo Silva is the closest I can imagine someone who can play in a double pivot and who can
Hmm.
still do that job that Rodri does ठीक है so I think so that Bernardo का more than Stones Bernardo का आना is very important जो हमें thankfully uh,
Yes, that's the good news.
we could see that so I think so a Leipzig game I hope कि if I mean depend करता है कि is he going with Kovacic for the first half कि भाई मतलब Bernardo Silva को इतनी जल्दी rush नहीं किया जाए because of the injury so it will be interesting to see how he kind of feels for squad for tomorrow कि because you have
Yeah,
to keep in mind कि Arsenal game 3 दिन बाद ही है उसके
yeah. We'll have to. You
4 दिन
know,
बाद
we'll will
actually
we'll go with their lineup. But उसके पहले just on Leipzig team, I think they are also missing a few players
yeah
with the
4
injury.
players yeah they are missing 4 players so Willy Orban who has just signed a new contract he's out Dani Olmo is out, which is a relief for us because
Yes,
Dani Olmo
very good player.
कभी कभार unplayable हो जाता है वो आदमी. Dani
By the way, he
Olmo is
was,
out.
if I'm not wrong, he was also linked with us, like for Paketa के bracket
Yeah,
में वो भी था.
well,
Yep,
briefly period, yeah.
briefly. Yep.
He was. Uh,
Yeah,
so Dani Olmo is out. Willy Borman is out. अभी आया थोड़ी देर पहले that Benjamin Henrich is also out because
yep,
of a small muscular injury. He's not playing tomorrow. And yeah, and there is El Bichiabu is also out. So they
okay.
are missing these 4 players, but जो उनका main जो कुनबा है उनमें से कोई भी इंजर्ड नहीं है तो वो तो करेगा ही
Yeah,
अब एक्चुअली मैं देख रहा था कि दे आर काइंड ऑफ प्लेइंग इन अ 4-4-2 एज वेल तो हो सकता है देन योर ओपेंडा एंड यूसुफ
yeah,
पॉल्सन विल प्ले सो मतलब
yeah.
अगर उनके मेन में से कोई इंजर्ड होता तो बड़ी बात थी बट इनमें से कोई नहीं है तो अगेन इट्स अ
Yeah.
प्रॉपर 50-50 वाला गेम
It's
हो
gonna
जाएगा
be yeah. So coming to our prediction कि हमारा lineup क्या रहेगा उसको लाइन कोऑर्डिनेट होगी but lineup से पहले just one more thing we need to highlight about the press conference where it's gonna be and what the situation there if you would like to
हाँ
enlighten
तो
our viewers कि
and
we are doing this
before
before press conference and why
I
is
think
that.
so before press conference I would like to kind of mention this. Uh, Yesterday, we have lost one of my founding fathers of the club,
Yep.
Francis Lee. Um, so he's one of the legends that the club has, along with Mike Samadhi and Colin Bennett. And he's a part of the team that went to win that 1970s Cup in the Cup, which was our
Yep.
first UEFA
European
trophy.
title. Yes.
I think so. And he has also been our chairman, by the way.
Yes.
He's been a former
Many people
chairman.
don't know that
Um,
he was the chairman as well.
Many people don't know that. Yeah,
Yep.
Francis Lee. I mean, he's considered a Manchester City great. And
Yes.
so I think so. May God, okay, may his soul rest in peace, and may
Rest in
God give
peace. Yep.
strength to his family. But we have lost a legend, and I think it's the right platform to acknowledge
Yep.
it. At least for us, who who are getting to know more and more about the club we support, the club we love.
Yes.
And yeah, so it's been a sad day. I think so. This win, this week's win should be could and should be a tribute to him, tribute to
Yes.
what his legacy in the club, what he did for the club, and
Yes.
yeah, I think so. I hope that the win against Arsenal and a win against Leipzig is a fucking tribute to his tenure and
And if you
stature in the club.
sorry to interrupt, but if you remember, we also tributed Colin Bell with a 2-0 victory against United. When we lost
Yeah,
Colin Bell, the next game was United and we won that game. So I hope we, our form, our football, pays respect to the legendary player from Man City, to, we win the game and yeah, tribute to the legend. May his soul rest in peace. Yeah, so on
mm,
the press conference one, apologies guys for the glitch. There was some network issues, but yeah, talking on us on our legend, Mr. Francis Lee. Samir bhai, any last thoughts on the man?
you know, I was just while we were sorting out the glitch, I was just looking for something, and then I found this gem of a clip, which basically talks about his winning hat trick in the Manchester Derby in the 1970, and that too at Old Trafford. So I
Yep.
just want our viewers to also uh, have a little glimpse of what this man was for the club, and like I don't want to say any further. Just have a look at it.
Oakes with the free kick. Oakes again. Lee. Lee again. And it's there! Just sheer persistence, winning that for Francis Lee and giving him his 13th goal of the season. Meant for Dunn to run onto, but intercepted by Bell. And now Summerby away with Lee unmarked in the middle. There's the pass for him. Can he control it? It's going to go in! Francis Lee, second of the game. For Man. Man did very well there. Lee, his hat-trick!
Impressive man.
True legend, out and
Legend.
out. I think so. The
Imagine.
1970 as a year was also holds a lot of importance because what we achieved in the year. But
Yeah.
yeah, rest in peace, Mr. Francis Lee.
Yep.
Thank you
Yep.
for your
Yep.
service and your contribution to the club, whatever you
Yes.
did.
Yeah, and
Uh,
imagine that Twitter back then would have on this day would have
they would
killed
have
it.
gone
Hat trick
mad
at
with these
hat
goals.
trick at Old
मतलब
Trafford.
meltdown हो जाता है. Old Trafford ने मारा है भाई. And also I think so. I've also read somewhere that he holds the record for scoring most number of penalties in a season.
Yes, yes. That's also. I think no one
Mm.
has well obviously most number though, but kuch to he also received from the nickname after that. So that's
Af- After this, I
fit.
just have to say one thing. Are you not entertained with the history that we have? Are you not entertained?
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah,
Talking
rest,
about
rest,
history, this is one. This is just a fragment of our history.
yes, yes. So when they say,
And
is
at the quote Mr. Hugh Murray, you are living in our history.
true. So yeah, RIP a legend. Now moving on to this prediction of for this game. On the like
Hmm.
first we'll go with the lineup. What do you think lineup क्या होगा? It's only pretty straightforward. एक तो definite we know रॉड्री स्टार्ट कर रहा है आई मीन अगर वो नहीं स्टार्ट करेगा तो पता नहीं क्या होगा लाइनअप में बट ओके लेट्स गो विद द लाइनअप व्हाट डू यू थिंक
हाँ
लाइनअप क्या होगा
यार वो तो मतलब करेगा ही. I think so because ए after this game उसको वीकेंड का रेस्ट है, फिर
यस
इंटरनेशनल ब्रेक है. ठीक है,
यस
एक हफ्ते का रेस्ट मिल चुका है.
या
ठीक है, जूतों पे धूल ना पड़े तो इससे अच्छा कर, वो भी ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा उसको. एंड प्लस
ट्रू
मैच फिट भी रहे. तो या आई थिंक सो he'll start. So Rodri is one, but you know I just wanted to talk a little bit about because I think when we're talking, press conference is also going on, and Ruben Diaz is holding it well. I just want to just one quote that she said that. So there, someone asked that uh, if Manchester City have a target on their back now because they're European champions, and he said that everyone wants to win against the best, and we are the best team in the world. So I mean, yeah. So the mentality is right there.
Yeah,
Okay, the mentality is there. Even he said
Ruben
something on
Diaz,
Guardiola that
man.
he's a player with tremendous quality. That is easy to see. He's settling in very well, and we're doing everything to make him more comfortable over here. He really wants to win. He's one of the new boys who wants to join the party, and he's settling very well. He's good to communicate with on and off the pitch. He's easy going. So that shows
Yep.
there's someone who's looking after him and who wants to settle him well. So I that's why I said that this just make this last week as a one-off week and do not
Yes.
turn it off as something to worry about, something to ponder about. So yeah, and just before you say anything, because obviously he would be asked about his opinion on defeat versus Wolves. And he said that it's never a good day when we don't win, but that's exactly what the standards we have set at the club with ourselves and teammates. It's always an intense moment when it happens, and I think that's how it should be.
Yes.
So yeah, I think so
Amazing.
that's basically saying that we will improve and we'll bounce back. So, yeah, give give
Yep.
it that. ठीक है होता है और क्या कर सकते हैं
Yeah,
but
good to see there is a
coming about this
mentality.
game.
Yep.
The mentality is there, exactly. The mentality is there. ठीक है और अगर आप देखो तो आपके जो लीडरशिप ग्रुप के भी यू आर मिसिंग आउट ऑन थ्री मेंबर्स बेसिकली आपका बर्नार्डो सिल्वा नहीं था रॉड्री नहीं था and केविन de bruyne था आपके सिर्फ काइल वॉकर और रूबेन डियास so that also kind of creates an impact. So
Yep.
हाँ that's one thing बर्नार्डो सिल्वा का आना हर मामले में बहुत सही रहा है.
Yes.
That's a massive victory
So does he
because him
start
being the
tomorrow? What do you think? What's the lineup?
uh, I think so he should because again I said that कि Kovacic का double Kovacic as a single pivot ain't working out. Okay, so I think so. And before I mean Arsenal वाले तो हम अलग करेंगे of course, but as I would like to say that कि मेरे हिसाब से अगर रॉड्री नहीं है, so for me double pivot में and if you don't want to risk John Stones right now because you really want to because उसने एक मिनट भी नहीं खेला इस सीजन में.
Hmm.
ठीक है, so that
Yep.
also is a something to consider upon कि उसने एक मिनट भी नहीं खेला इस सीजन का तो how we gonna handle his situation. So I think so in this current scenario and Calvin Phillips तो दूर दूर तक आंसर नहीं है इसका, ठीक है.
Yep.
एंड आई होप उसको कोई आदमी अगले साल कुछ सेंस नॉक कर रहे और वो खुद से बोले कि भाई बस चचा मेरा हो गया है अब हमें हमें छोड़
We'll we will have
उसको
a.
जाके हमें ले जाए.
I think we should have a Calvin Phillips का एक separate podcast. हम उस पे अपन इतना हम चर्चा में रहता है बंदा
हाँ
उसके लिए भी
या आई
separate
थिंक या
रखेंगे.
मतलब there are things in works about some of the things so yeah
Yeah.
जब टाइम आएगा तब वो पत्ते भी खोलेंगे हम लोग अभी फिलहाल there are things in works so, जो पिछले हफ्ते हम लोग गायब थे I mean our personal commitments and everything so me and Doc were not very well as well हमारी तबीयत इतनी नाजार नहीं थी कि we could do
मगर
that so
हार का हार हार ऐसा हुआ कि पूरा बुखार चढ़ गया.
हाँ
इतना
हार हार भी
परफॉर्मेंस
था
इतना ही
प्लस
था.
तो हाँ मतलब यार because I think so and I travel tour and everything यहाँ आके थोड़ा सा तबीयत थोड़ी सी ऊपर नीचे हो गई that's why
Yeah.
an apologies that we were not able to cover the Newcastle game so I think that's potentially reason कि नहीं हो पाया because me and Doc both of them were not very well we're not keeping up and
Yeah.
so you were also having your personal family issues during that time इसलिए नहीं हो पाया. So yeah, we'll try to kind of because we are undergoing certain changes in our lives as well. That's थोड़ा सा ये ऊपर नीचे रह जाता है, but then we're trying to keep up with that, and hopefully we'll come back on track, and then we kind of
Yes.
deliver periodical content at a rapid pace, and just be with us, and we'll kind of deliver it on time. So yeah, uh, I think so. Coming back to the number six solution, मेरे हिसाब से Bernardo Silva and Matheus Nunes both as double pivot could do your job if not Rodri, because Bernardo Silva has an experience over there playing, and I think so he's closest what I could see to Rodri in terms of distributing the passes and kind of that. क्योंकि एक तो भाई वो स्विस नाइफ है ना हमारी टीम का, तो that he's meant to be in multiple positions. So I think so that, and then Nunes being more physical, ठीक है, Nunes having those that presence, dictate play करने का presence है उसका, but he cannot do it on his own. So वहाँ पे आपका बर्नार्डो सिल्वा काम आता है to distribute those passes to kind of अगर कोई टीम एकदम ज्यादा केजी होके खेल रही तो give those through balls, give those long balls to reach out to Erling Haaland, because प्रॉब्लम वही थी ना अर्लिंग हालैंड। यार देखो, हम कितना भी कहते हैं कि उसे डीप में आके बॉल लेना चाहिए ये वो, बट प्राइमरीली है तो वो
Goal scorer,
बॉक्स में स्कोर करने
box
वाला
play.
है।
Yep.
तो आपको सर्विस उसको बना के देनी ही पड़ेगी, दैट ही कुड डू दैट, बट आप हिज प्राइमरी जॉब इज टू बी देयर। सो
Yes.
रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी थोड़ी लेनी पड़ेगी। जैसे वुल्व्स गेम में फोर्डन वो बहुत सेफ खेल रहा था, बार बार वो अकांजी को पास कर रहा है, बार बार इज नॉट टेकिंग दोस रिस्क कि वो अंदर जाके स्पेसेस एक्सप्लॉइट करे, तो वो चीज अभी करनी पड़ेगी। दैट्स व्हाट फोर्डन इज मेंट टू डू, ठीक है।
Yep.
So a lot of questions have been raised on him that this is your time to shine. This is where we really want you to take some responsibility of your actions. Then केविन डे ब्रुयना का जो कीपिंग होल है वो तुम और अल्वारेज मिलके थोड़ा सा तो भरो। And then
Yes.
if you kind of not do that in a game like Wolves, जहाँ पे तुमको स्पेस, जहाँ पे मतलब ऑस्कर बॉब को लाना पड़ा to overload the midfield so that जो स्पेसेस, छोटे मोटे स्पेसेस
By the way, he
एक्सप्लॉइट
was
करने
a
पड़े।
shining light of both the games. The positive I'll take from the two defeats was Oscar Bob.
हाँ,
Newcastle game
तो
and
that's what I
Wolves
think,
game
जब
as well.
जब anyone says that कि अरे are you guys missing out on Cole Palmer, I was like Oscar Bob
No,
it's exactly the player that
yeah.
exactly similar type of player है, तो 40 मिलियन दिए तुमने तो हमारे तो विनिंग
Yes.
सिचुएशन नहीं,
Yes.
उसी टाइप के प्लेयर को और कर रखेंगे। और I don't know whether this would continue, but that Walker at right wing वाला experiment.
That that depends now. We should think about Doku and Bernardo का भी कैसा involvement आता
Wait,
है.
but that the problem is that कि वो पूरा right side का attack खत्म कर रहा है ना, because अगर तू देखेगा ना Wolves वाले गेम में, I think so around 20 to 22% was like अगर अटैक का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन देखेगा तो हमने सिर्फ 20 से like 1/5 of the attack has been came on the right side।
Yep.
और लास्ट सीजन अर्लिंग हालैंड का भी देखेगा तो प्राइमरीली ही इज बीन गेटिंग सर्विस फ्रॉम बोथ द एंड्स, राइट साइड से तो काफी क्वालिटी सर्विस मिल रही है विद मारेज एंड
De
बर्नार्डो एंड
Bruyne.
एवरीथिंग एंड
Even
नाउ
De Bruyne whipping the ball. Yep.
आई थिंक जब when हम लोग से ट्रेबल टूर के लिए मिले भी थे तो मैंने कहा था यार वॉकर का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइन हो गया, अब ठीक है भाई, अब क्या कर लेगा वो, धरने पे तो नहीं बैठेगा ना भाई, हो गया है, तुम्हें मनाने के लिए जो भी साम दाम दंड भेद अपनाने थे अपना लिए, हो गया, पेन पेपर पे लग चुका है भाई, अनाउंसमेंट हो चुकी है, बस अब कर दो यार।
अब कैप्टन भी है बंदा. Yeah. So I
हाँ,
mean,
अभी के लिए तो कैप्टन है, देखो आगे
yep.
कौन बनता है,
So
तो आई थिंक
I
सो लाइक हैव एक तो लाइक हैविंग दैट राइट विंग ऑप्शन एंड मेकिंग योर वॉकर एज थर्ड चॉइस राइट सेंटर बैक could do the job। I think वो उससे, yeah, the thing is that वो आउट एक आउटलेट अच्छा है, देखिए he is giving them crosses और वो he is making those passes, but then उससे कुछ हो नहीं रहा ना।
hmm,
आई मीन ठीक है तुम्हारा नॉटिंगम फॉर नॉटिंगम फॉरेस्ट वाला गेम था ना, फोर्टन जिसमें स्कोर किया था, जिसमें वॉकर ने दैट पास टू नॉटिंगम फॉरेस्ट
yeah,
अगेंस्ट स्कोर
two
किया
nil,
था
two
शायद
nil, yeah, the 2-0 one, yep.
2-0।
The last
लाइक
big
ठीक है,
game.
like that's not happening frequently, that's not going
Yeah,
over there, because if a team is like ये राइट साइड से अटैक तो करते हैं नहीं, वहां ध्यान मत दो, सब लेफ्ट साइड पे फोकस करो, तो
yep,
देन डोकू से कितना एक्सपेक्ट कर लोगे, डोकू कितना कर लेगा एक बार में,
yeah.
तो दैट्स व्हेयर आई थिंक कि मतलब थोड़ा ट्वीक्स हो।
So tweaks,
आई
I
मीन
think
इट इज नॉट वर्किंग
in
नाउ
the
फॉर श्योर, आगे का पता नहीं, बट इट इज
but
नॉट
we'll
वर्किंग
see
नाउ।
the. I think the lineup will be, and in my opinion will be Ederson. I think Walker start करेगा.
हम्म
Diaz will start, and it could be
हम्म
either of Kanji or Ake at that centre back pairing, and I think Wardle will be a left back. Midfield maybe
Yeah, I
no
think the
Rodri will
Guardiola
start.
should start in this.
I
Guardiola should
think,
start because
and yeah,
uh, because
midfield में
he need you need someone to I don't, हाँ मतलब Guardiola start करना चाहिए।
Yeah, Champions League वाला game and Leipzig, and that's a good story to have. So I think we'll see that angle. Midfield में Rodri रहेगा. I think इस
Hmm.
बार I think this time I think we should, and I think Pep will also give rest to Alvarez, because Alvarez कब से खेल ही जा रहा है बंदा. Even the Newcastle game he played where Erling Haaland got the rest, but I think this is the game where Alvarez may not start. He may feature from the bench because Arsenal game भी आ रहा है. We need to save our players, and अभी Bernardo भी वापस आ गया है. So
हाँ, but
मुझे मुझे ऐसा
then
लगता है कि we could play midfield
you're
of
risking. So apart, अगर if not that, what was your back three? What was your back four? Your back three? क्या था तेरा back four?
Walker, Diaz, either of Akanji or Ake, and Guardiola as a left back.
हाँ, कांजी राके तो अलग चीज हो गई, वो तो नहीं है।
हाँ, तो either of them will play. Then in
आई
the
थिंक सो
midfield,
अगर बैक थ्री जाता तो गॉर्डियोल, डियाज, वॉकर, ठीक है। अब डिपेंड करता है कि हो सकता है गॉर्डियोल को ये
he won't go
इन्वर्टेड
back
लेफ्ट बैक
three.
का टक इन भी कर दे।
No, but I think Leipzig away, the Pep won't go back three. Pep will be more pragmatic. उनका counter
हाँ
attack,
तो
I
आई
think
थिंक
he'll
सो,
play with a four-man back.
हाँ तो फिर आई थिंक सो दिस कुड बी योर आके आके गॉर्डियोल, डियाज एंड वॉकर,
Walker,
क्योंकि
yeah.
गॉर्डियोल कैन टक इन आपका इन्वर्टेड
Yep.
लेफ्ट बैक ना, सो ही कैन बी
Yes.
विद यार आपका, ही कैन बी विद रॉड्री, सो वो
Yes.
एक तरीके से डबल प्रोटेक्शन मिल गया डिफेंस को। तो फिर
Yes.
तो अगर जस्ट इफ आई पुट दैट थिंग इन पर्सपेक्टिव कि तू कह रहा है कि अल्वारेज माइट नॉट स्टार्ट, सो आइदर दैट वुड मीन कि कोवाचिच आएगा as a
Yep.
number 8 in that position. Okay,
Yes.
and that could also mean Nunes on bench, and that
Yep.
makes sense for me because Nunes could start in your Arsenal game alongside
Yes.
Bernardo.
Yes.
And I so if we're going with that logic, I think so. Then Doku also should take rest for the Leipzig game, and
You can.
Grealish might
It
go as
depends.
well.
That depends on Bernardo's how available he is. Like if he's match fit, if he's ready to start from, so I think
So
Pep
I
will go him
think
as a right
so.
wing. Or
I've
फिर Doku
heard
right wing.
him training today, right? So even if I assume that you कल भी training कर रहा था, so 2 दिन में I don't think so he is that match fit to
So I
start in
think
that.
then in that position, I think Doku will start at right. Grealish last match खेलने तो I'll expect Grealish to play at left and Ali Haaland to be the striker. Assuming the Alvarez is getting the rest. That's the
यार अगर
assumption.
अल्वारेज, आई थिंक सो देन इन दैट केस फोर्डन माइट नॉट आल्सो नॉट गॉट ड्रॉप, तो तुम्हारा ये मान लो कि हो
हाँ,
सकता है
Foden
अगर
रहेगा
लेफ्ट
ना. That's
में
what I'm saying ना.
ग्रीलिश,
Midfield
हाँ
of
ग्रीलिश,
Rodri,
हाँ
Foden
फोर्डन।
and midfield of Rodri, Foden and Kovacic, because as we said, Nunes will may also get rest, and on the right
हम्म
Doku, striker Haaland, and
हम्म
left Grealish. That could be the case with the
बट
assumption that Alvarez.
पता है दैट, yeah, that makes sense, but then Doku in the Wolves game में लास्ट जब भी वो राइट साइड पे शिफ्ट हुआ था, जब
Hmm.
ग्रीलिश आया तो उसको राइट साइड पे शिफ्ट किया था,
Yep.
वहां पे उसको बॉल भी नहीं मिली थी,
Oh
तो
yeah,
दैट्स
that's a concern. Yeah, that's a different thing. But yeah, that's so
दैट्स अ डिफरेंट थिंग।
like we are going to expect a lot of changes, and it's going to be a
या आई थिंक
interesting
सो
one.
बिकॉज
Interesting one.
इंटरेस्टिंग
And
चेंजेस है, मतलब हम भी बहुत स्पेकुलेट कर रहे हैं बिकॉज द थिंग इज दैट क्या वी आर डूइंग दिस प्री बिफोर प्री कॉन्फ्रेंस, तो हम लोग
yeah,
लिटरली स्पेकुलेट कर रहे हैं बिकॉज वी हैव नो आइडिया कि आर्सेनल में चलेगा क्या, बिकॉज
huh,
ये दो गेम्स ऐसे हैं ना, दोनों दोनों गेम क्रूशियल है, मतलब यू कैन नॉट
yeah,
टेक रिस्क इन वन गेम, लाइक ठीक है आपका आरबी लाइप्जिग का गेम इन द सेंस की पॉइंट टेबल is crucial नहीं because you have 4 games to go, but then ये but Pep, or like if you've seen how Pep prefers to operate in UCL, he really wants to kill these group stages in the very initial stage only कि भाई
yes,
पहले 3-4 गेम जीत लो, लास्ट के 2 गेम में he'll kind of do his dilly dally thing, and
yes,
he might get your Rico Lewis's and your Oscar Bobs to play those last 2 games and all. So I think
yep,
that's why Pep treats these first 4 games of group stage very important. So uh, मतलब ऐसे 2 गेम्स एक वीक में आना is crazy, but that's football.
yeah. We are used to it, and we've done that, and
Yeah,
ठीक है.
we're used to. I mean,
We'll
if
we'll
you
see.
देखा ना, जब हमने अपना स्टार्ट किया था बेलग्रेड वाला रिव्यू, तो हमने छाती ठोक के बोला था कि भाई अब हम डिफेंडिंग चैंपियंस हैं,
Yep.
तो अब ऐसे सिचुएशंस की तो आदत है ही हम लोग को,
Yes.
बट
Yes. Yes.
आई मीन for the ones who like to, who the ones who want to watch football, it's a great week.
So
It's what you
so what
expect.
so what are your scoreline prediction for it then? Because if it's gonna be a banger of a game, we'll expect a good scoreline also. What do you think?
I mean, looking at the Wolves form, sorry, बार बार Wolves बोल रहा हूँ, उबर ही नहीं पा रहा हूँ उससे बार बार बोले जा रहा हूँ. Looking at the Leipzig form, देखो उन्होंने बायर्न म्यूनिख को ड्रॉ पे रखा है. ठीक है, लेट्स बी ऑनेस्ट अबाउट इट. उन्होंने बायर्न म्यूनिख को
Yes,
ड्रॉ पे रखा है, तो इट मींस लाइक मतलब धोबी पछाड़ में धो के सुखा के वाली टीम तो नहीं है. अब
yes, yes.
अब दिन खराब हो या मतलब हमारा तारा चमक जाए तो अलग बात है कि भाई, क्योंकि अगर ये 7-0 हो गया ना इनसे, आई थिंक सो द वन टीम दैट विल बी
That's
रियली हैप्पी विल बी बायर्न, बिकॉज इनका हो सकता है कॉन्फिडेंस थोड़ा हिल भी जाए if they really have that defeat in this hand against us, even though it's against us, but still. So
Hmm.
uh, मैं हमेशा से बहुत कंफर्ट जोन लेता हूँ, 2-1 3-1 इस टाइप. ठीक है, इस बार भी I'll go for a 4-2. Let's go for
Four
glory.
two.
Let's go
So
for a four
four.
two
You're going 4-2, not
for
two
us, of
four. So,
course.
okay, yeah. Because 4-2 is a home team 4-2. So well, भाई तो क्या
I mean, okay. I mean a 2-4.
of course, I know
Okay,
what
I
you're
mean a
saying.
2-4. I mean a
I know
2-4.
what you're saying, but yeah,
My bad.
even I think कि ये हाई स्कोरिंग गेम रहेगा and जिस तरह से हम गोल कंसिडर हमारे हो रहे हैं, it would be hard. It's like for me right now difficult to see we'll keep a clean sheet. I think कंसिडर हम करेंगे,
नहीं,
but we have a
पिटेंगे.
capability to score
एक गोल
goals.
तो पक्का ही खा रहे हैं.
So yeah, even I'll go like I'll go for 3-2 win for Man City. I mean that's pretty
मैं वो
understandable, but
सेस्को ओपेंडा सिमेंस की तिकड़ी में से एक ना एक गोल तो बाहर आएगा ही.
yeah,
इफ नॉट, अगर इस गेम में क्लीन शीट रख लिया, बाय चांस रख लिया, भाई साहब,
अलग
बैलोन
अलग
डियोर में
that's
अगर एक स्पॉट खाली हो तो एडिसन को दे दो. ये ऐसे गेम में,
uh,
क्योंकि लाइक यू हैव
yes.
गोल्स कहीं से भी आ सकते हैं. दिस इज पता है, जैसे टॉटनहम का नहीं चल रहा है, गोल्स कहीं से भी आ सकते हैं.
Yep.
लाइप्जिग का थोड़ा सिमिलर ट्रेजेक्टरी, गोल्स कहीं से भी आ सकते हैं, आपको मारने वाले बहुत है. यार आई थिंक जावी सिमंस इज आल्सो स्कोर्ड सम 3 or 4 गोल्स. ठीक है,
Oh,
तो
good form.
जावी सिमंस, आपका ओपेंडा एंड आपका सेस्को, देन बैकलाइन भी इनकी मतलब बेटर है, डेविड रॉम या लुके बायनल. तो इट लाइक एक थोड़ा अगेन रियलिटी चेक पार्ट. अब इट कुड बी रियलिटी चेक पार्ट 2, और इट कुड बी लाइक अ बिग कॉन्फिडेंस बूस्टर कि भाई वो कहते हैं ना, लाइक बेसिकली दिस इज us proclaiming in Red Bull Arena to Arsenal. आड़ दो, आड़ दो.
Yep. So we'll see what will happen. This is gonna be a very entertaining game.
हाँ
In my
मतलब
point of view,
इसके
I
लिए
think
भाई 12 बजे जगना हो, जग जाना. ये गेम डिजर्व
yes.
करता है तुम्हारा 12:30 बजे
Yeah,
जगना.
true. Yeah,
ये तुम्हारी
this
नींद सेक्रीफाइस करना डिजर्व करता है ये गेम भाई.
it's gonna be a good match, and
Yeah,
I'm excited
if
for
you're
it.
sacrificing your sleep for this game, I'm quite confident this will be worth it.
Yep.
नहीं हो तो मतलब एंगेजमेंट बढ़ाने तो कमेंट्स में लिख देना, गाली मत
बस
देना मतलब.
कमेंट्स में बोल देना हमको बस सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना या सो बट
हाँ,
जस्ट या सो जस्ट विल wrap up our today's episode, we had a good chat about like Leipzig.
ये
I think
हार्ड
so
नॉट सही.
entertaining game.
यार नहीं बताया अभी तक, मेरा तो 4-2 है. तेरा क्या है?
3-2
अच्छा,
as in
टू
plan
फोर
3-2.
3-2.
Mine is
3-2
sorry
और
2-3
2-3.
2-3 2-2-3 2-3 well played. So mine is
अभी
2-3
तक ठीक
and
नहीं
yeah.
हुआ क्या?
I mean, yep. I think we expect this gonna be an amazing game, and yep, for all the viewers, please, if you've enjoyed, please like, share, and subscribe. Please help us, grow this community.
या आई
We
मीन,
obviously, as Samir mentioned, we'll try to be more consistent. We will be more consistent. We try to cover more games for this season. We would like to, introduce more different segment as well. जहाँ पे हम और अलग चीजें सिटी के बारे में cover करेंगे, but थोड़ा और ideas हम cover करेंगे. For that, we will definitely will require your
अभी
support.
तक
Yep.
अभी तक लाइक if I have to say हम all of us are boys and girls, अभी तक रिस्पॉन्स जो भी आया है, I mean, it's been very encouraging, and
Yep.
we have been constantly saying this, but we're really thankful for the ones who have been watching, who have been kind of saying
Yes.
good, bad, ugly, whatever it is, but at least we're getting to know that okay, there are people who are watching, and I think so. Just we want to say a big, to show our gratitude and say a big thank you to, and just keep supporting, yeah, matlab, because when we see these numbers, it also gives us an encouragement to go beyond means and do things regularly. And again, as I said, that this is we are just the faces of the podcast. This is all yours. Okay, we're just
Yep.
faces. We're the body who's just operating and running this. But it's all yours, and it's a desi home for all things Manchester City, as we say it and we mean it. So
Yep.
all in all, we just wanted to say that please keep supporting the channel. Okay, if you love what we do, please like the content, share it with the fellow blues who have no idea about this podcast. Just kind of make them aware about this, get them on board, make them a part of our community. We are all a community over here. When I think so, we all strive to grow bigger, grow better with passage of time. And if you have anything to say, if you have anything in your mind about what we do, about what you want us to do and everything, just put it out in the comments and keep the love flowing, keep the support going. So just that's what we want.
Yes. Very well said. Thank you. So thank you, Samir bhai. We'll
Thank you
hopefully
so
we'll have
much.
our next chat for Arsenal game more energetic with the positive results that we're
Yeah,
gonna
I
get
think
tomorrow.
that's a big one, and
Yeah.
I hope we would kind of look. And yeah, we are thinking of something for us again. So if that materializes, so uh,
Yep. Stay
I hope
tuned.
that
Stay tuned.
materializes. But if not, हमारे backup plan we had. So
Yeah. Yeah.
हम लोग
Stay tuned. More content
stay tuned.
coming
Yeah,
on
we're
the side.
working on
Yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So from our boys in blue side, signing off. Thank you so much, everyone.
Signing off
Come
and
on,
come
City.
on, City.